What's up, guys? Today we're talking about the JJRC H23 sent to me courtesy of GearBest.com. Is it a quadcopter? Is it a car? It's both. Everybody, I'm out here with the JJRC H23 sent to me courtesy of GearBest.com, and this one is going to be one of the flying car type of RC quadcopters. So it's going to drive around with the wheels here, and you can also fly it, and it actually works pretty good as a car. So right underneath here we're going to have our on-off switch. You got your battery with a little battery bay in here, a little bit tight in this battery bay, but it's doable, and that battery in there is a 750 milliamp hour battery, and a little bit of a tight squeeze in there, but not too bad. And you got your on-off switch right here, so let's go ahead and bind it. We'll turn that on. We'll get a little bit of LEDs flashing. Got the red in the front and the green in the back on this one. Turn our transmitter on. We'll give it the up down. Check out the plane flying overhead. We're not going to go that high, so it's not going to be a problem. And actually, I'm going to start out with a demonstration of the car here. And that's kind of why I'm in this empty pool here. Got a little bit of a smooth surface. And it actually works pretty good as a car. And to control it, you're just going to use your pitch and roll stick. So forward is going to bring it forward, backward, backward. And then if you roll it, it's going to turn. And it doesn't turn super consistent, I've found. Maybe I'm just not used to driving this thing. See there, you get a real fast turn. It's really spun. And there again, but sometimes it takes a while to turn. I don't know. So it's kind of cool. You can drive this around as a car. Definitely need somewhat of a smooth surface area to drive it around. You can drive it around a little bit of a bumpy road, but it's not going to be great for you. But then let's get it up in the air here. And that's the cool thing about this one. Drive it around, and then you can also fly it around. So here we're in rate 1, and this one does fly a little bit heavy. As you can probably tell, we're getting a little bit of a wind coming at me here, so that's going to push it backwards. And we're in rate 1 here, so let's do a yaw demonstration on rate 1. It's not a terrible, it's not super slow or anything like that. And here's your roll on the first rate. Pretty slow, pretty gentle. This is definitely something you could start out with if you're interested in it. Bring it at us here a little bit. It looks cool in the air too. I definitely like the look of this one. But it does have somewhat of a big body in the front here, if you notice. So that one does catch a lot of wind. So if you're flying this out on a windy day, it will catch quite a bit of wind. So there you go, a little bit of demonstration on rate 1, and we're going to change the rate. Oops, I'm sorry, I think that was return to home, my bad. So return to home thinks it's over that way. And let me just see, I actually think it's this trim button here. That's rate 1, that's rate 2, yep. So it's this little yaw trim button is going to change the rate. So here's the second rate for you. It gets a little bit quicker in the second rate. Flies a lot better. Your forward pitch increases quite a bit. You see there, not a super fast, not super sporty, but it gets the job done. Here's your yaw rate. Yaw definitely changes on this higher rate, so it's going to increase a little bit for you. So there's your yaw. Let's see if we can do a little bit of a funnel here, and not terrible funnel, but it's not super tight funnel either. We got just a little bit of a breeze coming at me here, so we're drifting just a little bit. Now with this one, it will flip, so let's give you a little flip demonstration, but it only does like the side flips, so I don't know if you want to call that a roll or a flip, but it won't flip forward or backward, which kind of makes sense because of the aerodynamics of the quadcopter here. So nice little flyer here. the JJRC H23, and it's cool how it flies around, and then, you know, the added bonus of being able to drive it around on the ground. So if you get a windy day and you can't fly, you can drive this around on the ground. Or if you get stuck, just bring it up in the air and you get out of those precarious situations where you get stuck on some rocks or something like that. So pretty versatile. Also has, I'm not sure if you can see it, let me bring it towards me here a little bit. Got these blue LEDs, maybe just one there on the side. Maybe there's another one, I don't know. Kind of almost like eyeballs or something like that in the cockpit or the driver's seat, whatever you want to call that. But the H23 definitely flies pretty good, and I'm getting about, you know, 5 to 7 minute flight time out of it. Pretty standard flight times for most of these toy grade quads. Most of them are going to fly for about that length of time. Let's see what happens when we put it down on this like asphalt here. It should drive okay on that. Yep. But then if we wanted to go into, say, the grass, see, it's not gonna drive into grass or something like that. But if you get stuck, you just fly out of there like that. Uh-oh, we got a little piece of grass hanging here. Stuck on the wheel there. Give me that. Give me that. Can't get it. Let's try one more time. There we go. Got it. So this is my first, I never had like the Cyma one that drove, or there was a couple other models that you could fly them and drive them. And I saw a lot of people complaining that the wheels weren't very durable on that model, but haven't had any problems with this one in that regard. You know, I fly it around, I put it down, landed it fairly hard some of the time, and it still flies pretty good. So this one does have the return to home, and I did push that. Let's try it again and see what happens here. So there you go. It thinks that's home. I don't remember which way I took off from, but as most of you know, I don't really mess with those features. I think this does have the headless mode too, as I almost chopped my head off here. Look at that, headless mode, taking my head off. And I think maybe that's that long press of this upper left bumper. It's got this beeping now, so let's see what, yeah, that's headless mode. So, seems to work okay, but as I always said, I don't really mess around too much with those features. Not a fan of those features. And we got an LVC warning here, I see. So you get a nice long LVC warning. It'll still fly for a good 30 to 45 seconds after your LVC warning, maybe even longer. And once it loses power to fly, it actually will still drive around. And I never did like test how long this one would fly around, or I'm sorry, just drive around. So there we go, full throttle, full throttle, full throttle, full throttle. We're almost at the end of our battery here. And that's probably it right there. But see, you can still drive it, or not. Okay, make a liar out of me, quad. So if you notice, you got your blinking light right here, and then underneath here, these lights are gonna be blinking, but I'm not sure if you can really see that in the daylight here. But green in the back, red in the front. Nice looking quad, flies nice, drives pretty nice. Definitely not a super fast RC car or anything like that though. So hope you guys enjoyed this flight. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. There you go, guys. A little bit of a demonstration with the JJRC H23 sent to me courtesy of GearBest.com. It's a car, it's a quadcopter, it's a quadcopter car. It's a lot of fun. So definitely check this one out. I'm gonna have the link in the description. If you're interested, support the channel by clicking the link and checking it out. And if I missed anything here with the H23, or if you have any questions at all, hit me up in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, happy flying and try not to crash and burn. Boom.